The bow is actually the sound maker, let's call it. The head needs to be with the scroll. If you have to warm up in the lesson, we're going to lose time learning the things that we have to do. I've been playing the violin for about 68 years, and I'm still learning more and more every day how to do it a little bit better. And that requires a lot of practicing and a great amount of knowledge that you pick up from here, from there. And it starts essentially with the left hemisphere, the brain, the left side, controlling the right. One of the main issues here for me is that the right really plays the bow. The hand on the right side controls the bow movement onto the string. So we have particular language that we use. Most of it is done, or most of it I use because I studied with Mr. Galamian. He was one of the great teachers. He had a particular easy way of explaining things in English. English is a very easy language to acquire. And one of the other reasons is that the bow really makes the sound. It's not the left hand. The left hand is a little bit like garlic and salt and pepper, which is a problem sometimes if you do too much of each. It doesn't taste so good, so it doesn't sound so good, but we can cover that in a minute. So the right hand is really where it starts. And he used to say 85% is the bow, the left hand will follow. Boy, was he right. He kept exercising the bow over and over and over and over again for months at a time with different exercises. I will share with you some of them. So the first thing I'd like to share with you is that how we hold the bow. Now, there are many issues here. Some go this way, some go that way. Actually, we use a lot of this stuff anyway. But the simplest one, because the English language actually that Mr. Galamian devised after he came over from Europe, is very simple language. It's a very simple way of explaining. He said, handshake. And I looked at him, I said, handshake. And he would go just like a handshake. He just would go like this. And you bend your thumb just a tiny bit to put it in here on the corner of between the frog and this little black doodah. And then the rest come here. It goes 1, 2, so that's the first neighbor to the thumb, second neighbor, third neighbor, and the pinky, so to speak, is for balance. We need the pinky for balance. Because when we go from here to there, there's a huge amount of weight that happens. And this really controls that. Not this, not that, but this. As you can see, there's independence of the hand, of the fingers rather, independence of the fingers, which makes it easier to play. So when you go up here, there's no weight. It's very clear. And now you begin to go from side to side, a little bit, like a wiper, literally a wiper. This, you lift your index finger somewhat, because now you really can feel these three, especially the pinky, going up. You pull it back up. The reason for all this is the bow is actually the sound maker, let's call it. The emotion, the sound, the intonation at times. There are many indications over the last 300 or 400 years of how to use the bow, already from Bach's time. So we just accommodate that with knowing how to use it by getting independence of the hands. I promise you, if you go like this here, it's much easier because there's no weight. The minute you go here, you'll feel a strain, a bit of a strain on the right side of the right hand. So you pick it up immediately. You don't force anything. You just there, slow, there, over and over again. Now, once you do that and you do this exercise, you're now beginning to feel a pronation, a pronate. You will pronate, that's a medical term because we have two sides of muscles, one on this side, one on that side. We don't really know about those muscles because we're not doctors, but we should learn that this is really very important, the pronation, the pronate. And Mr. G would call it, it's a doorknob. And then he would take the bow away and you'd go, doorknob, doorknob. And he would say the circular doorknob, not the one with a, just so you can get there like this. And we would go on a circular doorknob and go like this over and over again. That does help. Now, the first problem is now we have to put the bow onto a string. And the first thing we do is we take the bow from here and we find the middle of it approximately and put it down. And you press a little bit, not too much, no sound, just so the bow and the bridge are parallel. That's it, parallel. And now we press this and we pick it up again. And now we put this again. And don't get tense in your elbow. Some people go, oh my God. No, easy does it. The bow will just come down naturally, which is wonderful. And you have to look at it. If you don't look at it, there's no connection. You must, hence why the head needs to be with the scroll. Just look at it. It's so much. I have used that now many years to orchestral players in sections when they would need to start a note. For example, if you go, where are you? So look at it. Okay, solo orchestral playing. We're told in orchestra to look at the conductor. Well, you can still see the conductor. You just move your eyes a little bit. Oh, bingo. It works. And the sound is automatically much better. And they'll usually say, oh, that's a wonderful sound. So it's a mechanical movement with the eyes and the arm at the same time. So let's go back now again. So I go here. Now there's the pronate. Look. See? Pronate. There. Now I squeeze down and you'll hear the first time catch, release. Catch, release. We go catch, release. Now a little longer. We call it détaché. With same motion. Stop. Again, catch, release. We add another word called out, where the elbow now, as well as the arm, the forearm, is using there. Don't squeeze. Easy does it. Slow. 1, 2. 1, 2. Same motion. Don't squeeze your elbow. Bring your elbow about just a little bit below the A string. So we have 4 spots for the elbow. Not here, not here. Somewhere in between. And it goes down to normally the way we are all born to do that. We essentially have 4 levels because we have 4 strings. So the level here is just below the G string for the elbow. And then D, A, E, back again. But don't move the elbow first, unless required, much later, with pieces, chords, etc. So this is what we have. That's the basis of it all. Just like that. Go back, catch, release, catch, in, out. That's a wonderful 2 super words. Out and in. Doesn't mean you can't go like this. Of course, you can. But before you do that, you have to go against nature.